we have up next the Chargers and the Patriots. The Chargers are favored by 5 points, and the over-under is 49. Chargers are coming off a bye, but Bill Belichick and the Patriots are 9-2 versus opponents coming off a bye in the last 10 seasons. But this is Mac Jones, not Tom Brady's, and so far, his only wins have come against other rookies. Injury-wise on the Patriots, there's so many, but just a few key names. I guess Kyle Van Noy, Nick Folk, the place kicker, Kyle Duggar, Jonnu Smith, Kendrick Bourne, all sorts of different guys, Shaq Mason, Carl Davis. But on the Chargers side of the ball, they probably want a revenge for what happened last year when the Patriots routed them 45-0. Justin Herbert, however, has never lost to the same team twice in his career. He's 5-0 in such games, 13 passing touchdowns, 0 interceptions versus teams he's previously lost to. Injury-wise, Justin Jones, Drew Tranquill, Kenneth Murray, just some defensive guys. But on this one, I'm going to be sending it over to Matt. What do you think's happening? Chargers, Patriots.
So as the resident Chargers fan here, this game means a lot to me, even though I don't necessarily believe this is going to be the most exciting game out of this week's slate. But that shutout last year hurt, because Justin Herbert was just starting to find his way last year, and then the Patriots came in and absolutely the Chargers left that game shell-shocked. Now, obviously, we got two different teams here at this point. I do believe the Chargers are going to bounce back. I have the Chargers covering this, winning, simply because I just think if we take out, personally, I believe the Chargers should be favored by more than 5 in this game. If we're going to, considering the fact, if you take out the Ravens-Chargers game and wipe that out, the Chargers had strung together several impressive games against, well, actually, I don't know. Are the Chiefs even considered an impressive win anymore? I don't know. It's hard to tell at this point. But what seemed to be an impressive series of wins. And so what gets me the most excited about this game is because as a Chargers fan, I've had to watch the last 10 years of terrible coaching decisions for the team itself. And most of the time, anytime somebody goes into a bye, the team's like, oh, we'll reevaluate, we'll bounce back and come out better. Brandon Staley came out in an interview this last week and said, no, we're reevaluating every single position, because considering that we had a loss of that magnitude, that tells us a couple things. We can't just say on to Cincinnati, which was a great reference to the coach that he's about to play this week, which, if Belichick wants any extra inspiration, well, Staley just called him out and gave it to him. So we'll see how this plays out. But Staley basically made a point saying we're going to reevaluate every single position player and where they were playing, depending on the week. Maybe we need to move some linebackers around. Maybe we need to kind of drop them in to actually scheme more directly towards each and every team. The Chargers know what their biggest weakness is, which is run defense. So if you've got Damian Harris on your team, I'd start him up confidently until the Chargers prove otherwise. They have not been able to stop the run. Outside of that, on the Patriots side, start up Jacoby Myers. He's going to get his 5 for 60 just about every single week. He's allergic to the end zone. So obviously, you can't expect that. If he catches a touchdown, it's going to get called back for a flag. And apparently they can't even run reverses to have him throw a touchdown because he's that allergic to the end zone. Tyler, I know, keep crying over there. But from that side, you start Harris, you start Myers. If you want to stay in the flames and go with the revenge game narrative, Hunter Henry scored 4 out of the last 4 weeks, and he's now about to play the team that he came from. Or 5. So maybe Hunter Henry falls into the end zone again. He's got some trust. On the Chargers side, God, Mike, I hate to say this right now. I think Austin Eckler has a really good game. And I know you just made a trade. You just made a trade to the person that I'm playing against this week. And now I have to go up against Austin Eckler and Derrick Henry. And I'm just not a fan of that at all. I really wish you hadn't have done that. But I think what Belichick does is take away the number one weapon on the team. So I believe he's going to make sure he's playing a safety over the top on Mike Williams consistently this week to eliminate some of that deep threat, which means that I believe Keenan is going to have a very consistent game here, moving the chains. Austin Eckler is that, gadget back type weapon that's going to get some good carries, good catches out of the backfield. And that's going to be enough just because the Chargers secondary has been good. Tyler, you've been following the Chargers at this point arguably longer than I have, because you've followed LaDainian Tomlinson for how long at this point? So you've watched the ebbs and the flows here, obviously been a big fan of the Patriots, what Belichick's done here. Give us some context here on this game too.
Yeah, I mean, I think you hit a lot of points that I liked. I'm going to disagree with you when it comes to some stuff, but I've watched a lot of Patriots football this week. I've been really happy to hear in most of the games we've gone through so far, you guys both, all three of you validating a lot of my fantasy options on my team. I do love Damian Harris. I do hope that Jacoby can finally find the end zone. But I think the thing that you said that really stuck out to me the most as the resident Chargers fan is Mike Williams has become that guy. He has become that guy that, Bill Belichick's known for taking your best player away, and they're going to play that safety over the top. They're not going to let Mike Williams find one-on-one coverage. Keenan Allen's going to get his catches. Eckler's going to get involved. And I actually think that if you take Mike Williams away, this becomes a Chargers offense that, yes, I think is still good enough to beat the Patriots and beat a rookie Mac Jones, but I don't know that they do it by 5. I think that this game is going to be tight. I think it's going to be more low scoring, slugging type of matchup than we think. I think it's going to be Eckler versus Damian Harris. And I think obviously Eckler gets the best of that, but I'm interested to see what happens. I really can see the narrative where after last week, the Chargers want to run it up, but it's tough for me to look at Bill Belichick and what he's done. I want to say other than the Cowboys, that was 6. The Patriots in their losses, most of their losses have been real close. I mean, we looked at that Tampa game and we thought there's no way in hell Tampa doesn't cover this spread. And the Patriots kept it real close. It ended up being a field goal game. I know you want water, Matt. And here's the thing with this game. I'm going to give it to you. I'm going to give you the water. We're going to do it. I'm going to take the Patriots at +5. We're going to get our water bet going. I know that the Chargers have been real good at delivering water to your face this season, and I want to join Jake in being one of the people that personally
seasons
deliver.
past. They actually haven't screwed me. Well, actually, they did screw me once.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, he didn't get the text off for the Baltimore game for the water that you would have accepted. Absolutely, you would have accepted that, and that would have hit you in the face. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know if Belichick's going to be able to successfully take Mike Williams away, but it shows every single week that he's able to do it. I really don't know that I have too much to add about this game. That's the best part about going after you on a Chargers game. I think you hit most of the key points with game flow and some of that stuff. I just don't know a lot of points are scored. For some reason, I see this game in my head being, 21-17 with the Chargers winning. But Belichick just always finds a way to keep it close. He finds a way to keep Mac Jones from turning the ball over. They hand it off. They play smart football. I think the Patriots do just enough to cover, but I do like the Chargers to win the game. What do you think, Jake?
Yeah, I went back and forth on this one a lot too. Just with what you said, Tyler, how Bill Belichick just schemes his defenses. I mean, he's the greatest coach for a reason. I mean, he had Tom Brady, so that helps, but he did do his part, and he is very, very smart and knows how to stop an offense and knows what you're good at and knows how to take that away. I don't know if that's going to sway me enough to take the Patriots on this one. So I'm going to lean on the Chargers on this one. I'm going to take the under. I don't think it's that high flying of a game, high scoring of a game. Another reason why I was really so reluctant on taking the Chargers as well is Mac Jones has actually been really good this season. Not like lighting up the field, throwing it all the way down, but he's been so efficient. Hasn't turned the ball over much. I think he's throwing right now for about 72% completion rating, right around that area. So he's been fine. He's been a great quarterback, especially a rookie quarterback coming in and fit really well into that offense. So I'll reluctantly take the Chargers in this one, but yeah, I'll have the under as well.
So Jake and Matt are on the Chargers. Tyler on the Patriots. I'm going to take the Chargers here. I don't have as much faith in the Patriots, but Tyler, I'm interested in a water bet because of a different reason. Everyone has been hyping up Jacoby Myers and then downplaying what Mike Williams is going to do. I'll go ahead and take a water bet on Mike Williams getting more fantasy points than Jacoby Myers any day.
Yeah, so would I. Can you find someone that would take that stupid bet?
Well, everyone's hyping up Jacoby Myers out here. I'm
Yeah,
just
but
putting it out there that Mike Williams is going to get his.
Yeah, we're hyping up a flex player and we're calming expectations on a wide receiver one. It's a little bit. It's like saying Damian Harris is going to have a great game, and Derrick Henry might struggle a little bit. Oh, you want to do Damian Harris versus Derrick? No, I don't.
Tyler, give him a break. He made a trade with Brett. It's clearly rubbing off on him.
I will say this. I'm very happy that you got rid of Eckler before this week, so thank you for that.
Hey, I got Alvin Kamara. I'm fine.
We'll see.
Thank you for listening to this little highlight of the 2 Minute Drill podcast. If you want to follow along to other games, here's a playlist for you. If you want to listen to the show in its entirety, show links are in the description. Make sure you're subscribed to the YouTube channel, and we'll see you on the next one. Peace.